What's good, everyone? It's the one and only NY Phenom. If you guys enjoy NFL NBA content, want to see some more gaming content soon, give this video a like, and if you're new, go and subscribe to the channel while you're at it. Now, let's get into this video. Listen, the Ravens are the best team in the NFL right now. Overall, you can say that, you know, well, they don't have playoff history. We haven't seen Lamar Jackson in big games. The Patriots game from last week was a big game. But, people question it, their division, this, that. They want to see some more. But my thing is, they got the big wins. They're rolling right now. And right now, they're the hottest team in the NFL. You can't tell me a hotter team at the moment besides maybe my Seahawks. And my Seahawks, listen, I got my Hawks at number 4. I was really thinking about putting them over the Saints because right now the Saints has lost to the Falcons. They just lost to the Falcons, so I felt like dropping them even more. But at the end of the day, I think the Saints, on paper, you might have to lean with them. Plus, they beat my Seahawks early in the season, and that was with Teddy Bridgewater. But overall, after thinking about it, how much is, I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go there because that's going to sound blasphemous. I was going to say how much does Breeze really make this team better, but I'm bugging. Breeze he's a Hall of Fame for the reason. He just didn't look like it last week. But, my Hawks are number 4. C over number 5. Listen, this whole entire top 5 can be switched all around. There's really not a right answer for the number 5. There's different opinions can be put in the top 5. If you want to put the Packers in the top 5, I would be with it. This is tough. Honestly, if we're to all make 30 different power rankings, all power rankings would look different. Everybody power rankings right now is just looking different. ESPN, Bleacher Report, everybody's, because that's how close the NFL is right now. But right now, I think the Ravens are the hottest team in the NFL. They're playing amazing on both sides of the field. Lamar Jackson's an MVP candidate, and they're rolling. They're rolling. These three tight end sets are working. The running game is flowing. Offensive line playing well. Jackson is juking and spinning everybody in the world, and that's that. And plus the Pats win. Like I said, man, that Pats win that they had last week was huge. So them at number 1 is cool. Pats at number 2. Listen, people, my thing is, I know people are gonna think that why do I have the Pats at number 2? Listen, Belichick, Brady championships. I don't think I have to say anymore. They lost to the Ravens, okay, cool. But my thing is, Belichick, Brady championships. They're the most proven team out this entire list. In the entire NFL, they're the most proven organization. So, overall, Brady, Belichick championships. I'm moving on. If anybody wants to dispute that, you can dispute all you want. I'm not going to listen though. That's that. Saints, Hawks, 49ers, like I said, that can all be switched. I just think the Saints from top to bottom, when they're rolling, is probably the best team out of the 3. The only thing that's concerning about me from this is how is Sean Payton, is he really going to just throw away the running game? Because if he does that, that's going to change up a lot. But I don't think so. I just think they had a bad week. 49ers, I'm not really overreacting from this. I think a lot of people feel that I'm probably overreacting with this just because they lost one game and I had them as the number 1 team last week. However, things change, and for the longest, listen, last week, I didn't really think the 49ers were the best team in the league. Top to bottom, I really just didn't think that they were the best. However, they were the last undefeated team, so I had nothing to do but to put them in at the number 1 spot because they're the last team undefeated. But injuries are happening. Emmanuel Sanders, George Kittle is still injured. They lost DJ Ford. what's his name, Blair. Blair, he was playing pretty well. He torn his ACL. So overall, this team is starting to get banged up, and it's getting banged up at the worst time. So I'm gonna drop them a few spots. Maybe you're gonna pick them at number 2 or number 3. I mean, I wouldn't have no issues with it, but I just think with the injuries that they're hitting at this time, which is like one of the worst times to hit injuries, is week 10, week 11, because playoffs are gonna be here before you know it. So that's that. Like I said, my Hawks are at 4, defeating the 49ers in San Francisco. Big win. Russell Wilson's having an MVP season. Picking up with Josh Gordon. Jadeveon Clowney looking like one of the best defensive players in the NFL, because he is. And overall, the Seahawks, we're one of the hottest teams at the moment. Just like the Ravens, we're one of the hottest teams at the moment. Electrifying quarterbacks, and we're getting things done. So that's that. 6 through 10. Listen, this was a little bit easier. However, I'm going with Packers at 6, Vikings 7. Listen, Packers with the big one at home. I know the Panthers, they're missing their franchise quarterback, but however, I mean, Kyle Allen, he's been looking solid this year, so it's still somewhat of an impressive win. The running game with Aaron Jones, Jamal Williams is very impressive. Devontae Adams back in the lineup. Like I said in my recap video, I think they need a number 1 target. I think they need a Dez Bryant. I think they need a Crabtree. However, Jimmy Graham's been playing well. He really has. I'm really impressed with his blocking skills, man, because the whole entire narrative around Jimmy Graham for most of his career that he couldn't block, but the past few years, like his last few years in Seattle and now in Green Bay, he's really solidified himself as a solid blocking tight end. So you gotta love that. And this defense, man, they're mobbing right now, man. Preston Smith, Zadarius Smith, Kenny Clark, the pass rush, man, they're really playing well. They are, so you gotta salute to them. And I think because the Packers have a defense, and Aaron Rodgers is one of the best quarterbacks to ever lace them up, they have a chance to win the Super Bowl this year. They have a chance to represent the NFC. So you gotta show them some love. Vikings with a big win in Dallas. I mean, listen, the fact that Kirk Cousins won a primetime game, he's taking the right step. He's taking the right step, man. This running game is for real. Dalvin Cook is one of the best running backs. Hell, maybe the best running back in the NFL at the moment. You got the rookie running back, Alexander Madison, been playing well. You gotta show him some love. Kyle Rudolph snagging one-hand passes like he's Odell Beckham. Diggs. And the fact that this offense, they're flowing without their, number 1 possession receiver in Adam Thielen, is pretty scary, man. And if this offensive line can keep on pass blocking how they are, that run blocking is going to be there. I like the 22 sets that they bring out with Irv Smith Jr. and Kyle Rudolph. And this defense, man, they're elite. Pass rush gets there. Good linebacking play. Rhodes, a lot of people feel that he's struggling, but overall that name is there. And I still like him matching up against number 1 receivers in big time moments. Harrison Smith is one of the best safeties. So overall, Vikings are number 7 with a big time win. 8 through 10 was kind of tough, but overall, listen, I think I'm going to go with the Texans over the Chiefs just because. See, that one can be switched. It really could. But, Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes pretty much balanced themselves out. Hopkins, Tyreek Hill, they really balance themselves out. Offensive line from both teams. I mean, you can see the Chiefs have a slightly better offensive line, but I think the Chiefs' offensive line is, kind of overrated at times. I don't think they're the same offense. They're definitely not the same offensive line from last year. But overall, I just think the Texans defense can play slightly better than the Chiefs. I mean, the Chiefs defense has no consistency at all. I mean, you got names on there. You got Frank Clark. You got Chris Jones. You got the Honey Badger Tyrann Mathieu. You got Kyle Fuller. However, they're not. I don't know what to say. They just, in big time moments, I don't trust this defense. I don't. And I know they got it done against the Vikings without Patrick Mahomes. However, this defense got worse when Patrick Mahomes returned. So, I mean, overall, I really can't trust them. So, I'm going to go and put the Texans at 8 over the Chiefs. And with the number 10 spot, I went to the Cowboys, as you can see, man. They're 5-4. Right? I know a lot of people are panicking. But overall, their 3 losses have came against tough teams. They lost to the Saints. They lost to the Packers. They lost to the Vikings. Now, that Jets loss is kind of unexcusable. However, they win most of the games that they should win. So I kind of trust Dak Prescott to to make it to the playoffs. That's why I have him at number 10. Plus, their ceiling is huge because the Cowboys, we know the talent is there. The offense is starting. The receiving game is starting to click. Cooper's been playing out his mind. Cobb is starting to get there. Offensive line, you can say it's taking something. My thing is Ezekiel Elliott plays how we think Ezekiel Elliott should play, how he did in 2016 and how he just usually does. Him being a top running back. This team is a championship contending team because defense, it's a top 10 defense. Haven't really sustained any big injuries at the moment, so that's huge. So overall they're healthy, they have the talent, they are set to go ahead and win games and win the division. And the reason why I put them over teams like the Eagles, I mean, listen, speaking about the Eagles, because I know that's going to be a huge topic. Eagles, Cowboys. My thing is, when has Carson Wentz ever beat Dak Prescott? You can't name me a time. Dak Prescott always finds a way to beat Carson Wentz. That's why I really don't trust Carson Wentz to win this division. So, I'm going to go with Dak and the Cowboys. Teams like the Bills, losing to the Cleveland Browns gets you put off the list. What's another team? The Panthers. They played well. They lost, though. I was really thinking about putting the Steelers or Raiders on this list. However, I think the Raiders are just not. They play hard, and I love it. However, I just don't. Nobody sees the Raiders as a real contender. Okay, Steelers, same thing. I love the effort that they play with. They're more talented than the Raiders on the defensive side. However, I mean, Mason Rudolph throwing dump off passes to Jalen Samuels is not going to do anything come playoff time. But I'm inspired by the defense, man. And both of those coaches, John Gruden and Mike Tomlin, should be definitely in the top of Coach of the Year contention. But that's it. That's all. That's my power rankings. It was pretty tough, man. Especially that top 7. That top 7 was really tough. However, that's it. That's all. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'm the Phenomenal One, and I'm out. Deuces.